my God, Mike, we are here again. Looking dapper as hell. What you got on over there, Mike?
Oh, look at this. I've got the black tux. They got the white pocket square. Great for a black tie event. Here we are, 2023 Mission Accomplished Bare Knuckle Awards. What say you?
I say that I cannot believe we're here for another one, and I'm excited to give away some awards tonight. Look at this. Look at how fresh we look. We got 8 categories that we're going to give awards away. We got people. We got some messages coming in. Mike, this is our 2nd annual Mission Accomplished Bare Knuckle Awards, and I am excited that we made it here.
I love it. We came up with an idea last year, like, hey, BKFC does a little award thing, but nobody really does an award show, you know? And for MMA, they do the MMA awards every year, and they give out awards. And we said, you know what? Let's go out, get some real legit awards, nice ones, real nice awards engraved with the winners. We like to hand them out personally, but if we don't, we mail them out to the winners, and they're very nice to display up on a shelf somewhere and not want to take it's not one of them ones you get from like a T-ball game when you were 5. It's very nice.
No, it's something that you're going to feel very happy to put out along with your championship belts and your other awards. One day, this will be the most sought after award in bare knuckle fighting, Mike. I truly believe that. But here we are, dude. We're here with the 2nd annual awards. And dude, 2023 was the shit. Do you agree?
It was unbelievable. This whole year was incredible. And this sport moved up, I think, like at least 2 pegs from where it was before. It really did. And the events that they put on, which we'll be getting into in just a moment, were incredible. Enough where it was easy to pick 4 events. There could have been 6.
Absolutely, dude. 2023, like you just said, they made leaps into the mainstream media. People were starting to really notice bare knuckle. It's not some sideshow anymore in combat sports. It's up there. I mean, come on, man. When Conor McGregor and Kamaru Usman and Justin Gaethje and Rose Namajunas and John Jones and Chael Sonnen are all showing up to these events, Cowboy Cerrone, like you name them, they were out there. Wonder Boy Thompson, everybody was coming out to see these events this year, and it's only going to get bigger in 2024. I can't wait to see where they're going. We got 8 categories tonight for our awards. Last year we had a few other ones. I think we had maybe one more last year, or maybe we added one and took one away this year. But either way, we're going to do the event of the year. We're going to do Ring Girl of the Year, Comeback of the Year, Knockout of the Year, Fight of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Breakout Fighter of the Year, and then Male and Female Fighters of the Year. 8 total.
Actually, I tried to do that, but my fingers not work. That's 9. We got 9 total awards. All
right. Well, dude, why don't we get right into it? People are starting to roll in. Thank you guys for always rolling with us. And even on a Sunday night, the Lord's Day, for all you religious people out there.
That means the Lord Evan Zentar better be in the comments. The Lord must be among us on the Lord's Day. You better believe it. And congratulations to the Zentar family, because they're having a baby.
They are having a baby. So 2024 is a big year for him already, dude. Hey, listen, I see a lot of people complimenting us on our outfit. You have no idea. We got the whole thing. Pants, shoes, cummerbund, all that shit. We
polished up my shoes and everything. Too bad you can't see them.
We really do. We look good, baby. We look good. Let's go ahead and get into the first category of the year. Mike, our first category of the year is Event of the Year. Let's go.
Event of the Year. BKFC 56, Salt Lake City, Utah. BKFC 41, Denver, Colorado. BKFC Thailand 5, Pattaya, Thailand. Knuckle Mania 3, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
And the winner is... Boo!
Event of the year.
Hello, Kyle.
Hey, let's get back on track here.
Here
The
you
event
go,
of the
buddy.
year is...
I'll do it. I'll
BKFC
control it.
No. I just fucked that one up. But guys, BKFC 41, the fans voted. This was far and beyond the winner of event of the year. And you guys did not get this one wrong. I agreed. Mike agreed. Others agreed. Mike, I think we have a message from someone who also agreed.
What's up, everybody? All the BKFC and Mike and Mish fans, I just want to say thank you for voting BKFC 41 as the event of the year. It also had my vote as well. I thought it was an epic event and a turning point for BKFC. We look forward to providing all the BKFC fans more and more of those events in 2024. Thank you always for your support, and thanks again for voting BKFC 41 as the event of the year.
It is, man. The boss, I believe this was a life changer for him, and it was a life changer for many. BKFC was, and I will still say to this day, one of the best nights of my life, Mike.
It was incredible. And whoever is in the comments now that watches the show often, you have probably heard the story more than once of the craziness that led up to it, the craziness that was the event. And I mean crazy by good. And then afterwards, the event party we had at Tom's Watch Bar, and then the wildness with the Denver, Colorado Police Department. It was insane. It was fantastic. It was fun. We missed our flights the next day. We had to stay an extra night. It was awesome. I loved every moment. Dude. So the fights were insane, though.
The fights were insane. It started off with Willoughby and Seybold. That was a banger. But then you and I had the opportunity to chat with Chael Sonnen. And by the time we walked down the stairs from leaving Chael to the bottom of the stairway, Dylan Weinmiller had took out his opponent in 7 seconds with the second fastest knockout in BKFC history. Yep. Then you had Marcus Edwards making his debut against Jay Jackson in another banger and in front of his hometown crowd, really setting the tone for the rest of the night, which featured in the first fight of the main card, the debut of Gabrielle Roman, who really took the BKFC fans by storm this year. In the couple fights that she had, she really gained a lot of fans this year. Then you had James Get Down Brown taking on Mike Alvarado, Brandon Gertz, Christian Torres, Chris Camozzi taking out Dan Spahn first round, Josh Copeland and Ben Rothwell in one of the best heavyweight fights you'll ever see in the BKFC. It was 3 rounds of pure chaos between two monsters, a 6'4", 300-pounder against a 6'3", 275-pounder, throwing strikes at the rate of lightweights. Then you get Misfit versus Beck 1.
Yeah. Oh my God.
During that fight, who shows up?
Conor McGregor. Unbeknownst, nobody knew that he was coming. He shows up. He takes the crowd by storm. Everyone's rushing the ring, trying to get pictures of Conor. He's there just in time to see the 2 best 125-pound bare knuckle women in the world throw down. It ends in a doctor stoppage. Unfortunately, Misfit retains. Then you got a legendary performance by Chad Mendez and Eddie Alvarez, who are 2 legends in MMA, come over to BKFC and put it all on the line in front of that sold-out crowd. And then, of course, Mike Perry does his thing, breaks the front teeth of Luke Rockhold, wins with a TKO stoppage, and then Conor gets in the ring and faces off. That's pretty much the rundown of that entire event. Mike, speak on it. So I don't think I was ready for that night. I was high on, I don't know what, just life for weeks after that. That was an event that when I left that weekend, I felt it for like 2 weeks. I was going to work smiling. I could feel it in my body. I was like, this is incredible. Not just because the night was incredible, because you could just feel and see the change and how people were more accepting of the sport after that. It just changed people. I think a lot of people saw what the sport had to offer, and they already kind of heard about it, and maybe like we're looking through the curtains like this. at their neighbor, you know, like,
And
oh,
now
what
their
the
eyes
hell's
are
going
open.
on over there with those guys? And finally they went over to say hi, shake their hand like, hey, I live over here. And you find out, oh my God, you want to go fucking smash watermelons in the garage? Yep. Okay, let's do it. And they were cool, you know? So I loved it.
Dude.
They became best friends. So
You could just look in
hopefully-
the comments of this show right now, and you could see that Big Ben Vinasky, not Big Ben Rothwell,
yes,
Big Ben
fan.
Vinasky,
Big Ben.
who got to have a little face off with Big Ben Rothwell
Yeah.
that weekend, which was amazing. But Big Ben, he's been to a ton of them. He says it was the greatest night so far for him. Falcon 09, the Cali boys were in the house out there. There's 8,000 in the arena. 2 of them boys from Cali. We have made good friends in 2023 with those guys. He says been to a lot of them so far. Top notch for him too. Like I said, absolutely incredible event.
Yes,
Congratulations to the BKFC for putting on such an epic event. And if you remember, David Feldman basically, and I don't think he'll mind saying it, he was getting choked up talking to the fighters before the event.
Oh yeah.
Telling them, I put my entire life on the line for this. I took out a mortgage on my home. I put every dollar to my name into this. Go out there and fucking fight for me. Put your life on the line like I'm putting my life on the line for you guys. And they did it, man. It was inspiring to those guys. We talked to a lot of them fighters that night, and they were like, we've never had a promoter talk to us like that before. It was absolutely incredible. And they came through, man. So BKFC 41, the event of the year for 2023, absolutely incredible. Want to move on to the second one?
Yes, let's do it.
Second category for tonight is Ring Card of the Year, Ring Card Girl of the Year. Go ahead, Mike.
Ring Girl of the Year. Isabel Flores. Chelsea Bria. Caitlin Bertrand. Alyssa Spivak.
Here we go. 4 worthy nominees. Boom. Caitlin Bertrand with a landslide victory with the fan votes. She deserves it. She's been there the longest. After Amber left, it's Caitlin's show now. She's kind of like the mama bear over there with those girls. Yep. Caitlin Bertrand is your fan voted Ring Girl of the Year. And here's a little something for you.
Hi guys, it's Caitlin here. I wanted to thank Mission Accomplished for nominating me for the 2nd annual BKFC Ring Girl of the Year. And I also wanted to thank all of my fans. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you guys. There are so many beautiful, hardworking ring girls on our team, so I really appreciate everyone that voted for me. 2023 was an amazing year, but I am so excited to see what 2024 holds for BKFC. Thank you all.
You know,
she's awesome.
Yeah, she said right there, they have a lot of other great ring card girls, which they do, and they all voted for her. All the ring card girls voted for her. Yep.
So listen, and like, we're not going to give out numbers for all of these, but like Mike and I were tallying. So we were taking votes on Instagram and Facebook, right? So these people, the men and women that are nominated tonight, their fans had to come out and vote for them on Instagram, but they could also go over to Facebook and they could vote over there. There was 396 votes or something on Instagram. And as we were counting, and once I passed 220 plus on Instagram alone, I was like, well, I don't know if it's worth counting anymore, because out of the 390, Mike, 220 plus votes is quite a percentage that I don't think is beatable. We ended up counting them all up anyway. It was a landslide victory for the longest tenured ring girl that they have there at the BKFC. And she's awesome. And I beat her in rock, paper, scissors this year. So I feel pretty good about that. So congratulations to Caitlin. We will see her down there February 2nd for BKFC 57, and we will give her awesome award. Right, Mike?
Yes, she absolutely deserves it. I think the first time that I actually saw her being a ring card girl for BKFC. Now, I don't think this is the first time she did do it, but it was in Birmingham for BKFC 17. I think that's the first time that I saw her. Personally said hi, whatever. So congratulations, Caitlin. Absolutely deserved and earned. So as we move on, we come
Our next,
to
oh, dude, our next category. I loved this category because what is better than a comeback? You know what I mean? What's better than a comeback in a fight? Our next category for this year's Bare Knuckle Awards, the Mission Accomplished Bare Knuckle Awards, is Comeback of the Year.
Comeback of the year. Jeremiah Scott defeats Chevy Bridges at BKFC 52. Alan Belcher defeats Arnold Adams at BKFC 36. Kyle Wright defeats Pat Casey at BKFC 39. Brandon Allen defeats Seth Schaefer at BKFC 47. Lorenzo Hunt defeats Mike Richmond at Knucklemania 3.
The fans voted, and the winner is Kyle Wright, BKFC 39. This one blew our minds. I swear to God, people in the comments right now are saying that Hunt got this one. We all thought that Hunt was going to win this one, but you know what? Enough people out there thought that Kyle Wright's victory comeback over Pat Casey was good enough, which it was fucking amazing.
It was.
And it blew our minds that night. Mike, what do we got?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you, Mike and Mitch. I'm so happy to accept the Mission Accomplished Comeback of the Year award. I'm so honored. Thank you to the fans that voted. Thank you to BKFC for allowing me to show my skills and, you know, my iron heart on the Norfolk stage. Thank you to my team for preparing me for the fight. Thank you to my girl for making all my meals, helping me make weight, support me. Yeah, it's honored. You know, I'm always been a fighter. I love to fight. I got to show the dog in me, the war. So, you know, I love that's comeback of the year more than anything. You know what I mean? For me to show the grit, for me to show that I never give up, you know, hard work ethic. Yeah, man, I'm very honored. Hopefully more to come. Thank you.
Very nice, man. Very nice.
Great guy. This one shocked me. When we were doing the fan votes here, it was a close one. It was a very close one, right?
Close.
But no offense to Kyle, I would have said Lorenzo because Lorenzo was losing the first minute and 50 seconds of that fight and he came back and won. But
no, it wasn't that close.
It wasn't that close. Okay.
No, it wasn't that close.
But
nope,
on the other hand, Kyle
too.
Wright was getting tuned up for 2 straight rounds in that fight. He was getting beat up. He got knocked down 3-4 times in 2 rounds.
The mouthpiece came flying out into the fucking crowd.
Yeah,
that happened
over the scorers table into the crowd. And mouthpiece goes flying.
Someone threw it back in.
And we were like, man, this kid's in trouble.
Yeah,
he comes out. Something was said to him in between rounds that lit a fire under his ass because he's in the comments right now. Kyle, congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
Unbelievable comeback. He comes out in that 3rd round, starts throwing combinations, starts landing the big right hand following his jab, and he knocks Pat Casey silly.
Yeah.
He puts him back into MMA. Pat Casey falls on his ass. He gets up. He gets cracked again. He throws a spinning back kick into Kyle Wright's stomach. The referee is like, what the fuck is going on?
What are you doing?
Here? What are you doing? Stop. Wright pops him again. He shoots for a double leg. Casey shoots for a double leg. They get stopped. The referee's just like, what the hell are you doing now? And then Casey pops him, and he has his Muhammad Ali picture moment where he's standing over him.
Is that the one that we have?
That's the one. Yeah. Let me pull it
bring
back
that up again.
There, dude, this picture's amazing. I hope, Kyle, I hope you have that framed on your wall in your house. you go ahead, frame that picture in a nice picture frame, and we're going to give you an award that you're going to be able to put right next to that picture.
Yes,
because
sir.
this was an incredible comeback. The other nominees in this one, obviously, Brandon Allen got put down in the first round of that fight against Seth Schaefer. We're all like, oh boy, Seth Schaefer's coming in from an outside promotion. He's gonna shock the world, right? He's gonna shock everybody in the BKFC right now. Let everybody know that he's a legit threat to that 145-pound division. Jihad and those guys in the corner with Brandon probably fucking smacked him around a little bit. They said, "You are Superman, man, not him. Go out there, do your thing." And he puts him down with some crazy knockdowns in that fight.
Like when he fell, he hit one side and then tried to like bounce back over to the other side.
Yeah.
That's the one good thing about doing these awards. The things you forget about, you might not realize. You go back and we watch all this stuff all over again multiple times. And then it's like, holy shit, I forgot about how cool that was. I forgot about how crazy this was. Like,
it was crazy. And then like the Alan Belcher fight, I know people probably didn't want to see that one as a nominee, but he did get knocked down several times by Arnold Adams. He did come back and win himself a world title in that fight. So it had to be in there. And then the Jeremiah Scott and Chevy Bridges one was pretty awesome. Chevy was putting it on him in that first round.
Yep.
They basically mirror imaged each other from one round to the other. And then Jeremiah got the finish. It was a great comeback. It was one of the loudest pops we heard of the year for a single fighter, because that crowd was his crowd. Like they were all there for him. Unbelievable job. Congratulations to Kyle Wright, our comeback of the year, not comeback fighter of the year. For those who are asking on the internet, like wondering, comeback fighter of the year.
Yeah. Just come back in a fight.
Come back in a fight. And like I said, Lorenzo did Lorenzo's things in that fight. But you know what? We might see Lorenzo nominated maybe in this next category. Our next category of the night is the knockout of the year. Let's go.
Knockout of the year. Eric Lozano KOs Francesco Ricci at BKFC 38. Lorenzo Hunt KOs Mike Richmond at Knuckle Mania 3. Josh Watson KOs Greg Hardy at Knuckle Mania 3. Brandon Allen KOs Trevor Loken at BKFC 42. Mick Terrell KOs Arnold Adams at BKFC 56.
In the 2023 knockout of the year goes to Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt and BKF and Knuckle Mania 3. Incredible knockout. Mike took that blew the roof off of that building. The last fight of the evening. Unbelievable. Let's hear from the man.
Hey everybody. I just want to give a special thanks for the whole knockout of the year award thing, man. You know, I never think about those type of things when I'm fighting. It's just, you know, the best move for the best time. But like I said, shout out to Mike Richmond for forcing me in the corner and pushing me and making me show what I'm truly capable of. As far as current events, I'd like to address the fact that nothing that I have said, nothing that I've ever said in the BKFC has been a lie. I have pushed. I have told you guys exactly what I do because I know the power of manifestation. I told you I would be the champ. I became the champ. I told you I would be the double world champ. I became the double world champ. And I will be the triple world champ. To me, these are modest. These are modest little pieces of my power. As far as Mick Terrell, I would like to say you are very lucky that I only want the belt. Because if I wanted to say, hey, I'm moving to London, I'm going to be your new dad, then that's what I would be. And you would your mom would say, hey, call him dad. But I just want the belt. So I'm coming to London and I will be the first ever triple world champ. Juggernaut like, baby.
Salesman, bro. He is unbelievable with that stuff. You know what he said? No, when he said that, congratulations, Lorenzo, you're the man. When he said that, all I could think of is Step Brothers. I'm not gonna call him dad, even
Not
if
gonna
there's a
do it.
fire.
Call him
What an
dad.
incredible knockout this was. It
Unbelievable.
was like we have said many times over on this show, it was the biggest roller coaster of emotions we've ever had in the sport
So
within like a 10-second period, because the whole first round's going and Mike's just doing his thing and he's landing, and he finally puts Juggernaut on his butt. And we looked at each other like, holy shit, he's actually gonna do this. Like, we love Mike Richmond, but like to go up to 185 and fight a guy who cuts from 225 down to 185, and by fight time he's probably 205, 210 again. That's a tall task for even a guy like Mike Richmond. And we're like, man, he's got a very, very tough job ahead of him. And like when he put Juggernaut on his butt, we looked at each other and we're like, oh my fucking God, he's gonna pull this off.
Holy
I can't
fuck.
believe. Wow. And we're like this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I cannot believe it. Like, holy
He
fuck,
gets up.
insane. He's doing
He
it.
gets up.
Yeah.
He shows the referee his hands. He takes a step to the right. Mike starts coming towards him and he drops him with one punch. And it was the scariest goddamn knockout. It was the type of knockout that puts a guy straight into like rigor mortis. You know what I mean? Like fucking locks him out. And Mike's eyes were kind of like to the side.
Yep.
And his lips were going. He was, oh my God. It was so fucking crazy. It was so crazy.
Nuts. If anyone's ever been to something like, I don't know, I've never been anything quite like this, where the mood shifts like that so quickly, where people are surprised and happy so everyone's pretty surprised about what's going on. Half of the place, so however many Mike Richmond fans there are excited for him winning, so they're cheering and yelling. The Lorenzo fans are like, like, no, they have no breath, you know. And then in 10 seconds, they're screaming for Lorenzo winning the fight, and probably 3/4 of the place missed a punch because the way that it happened, he like ducked, boom, and it just happened so fast that we were like looking around like, what the fuck? What the hell just happened? Oh, and if you watch the replay, Chris Lytle, his mind was even blown. It was like it hit him. He saw it, but he couldn't register it for like 2 seconds. Then he was like, oh my God, screaming. It was nuts. It was,
you know, what's crazy
so
is, and I apologize because I just started the Instagram live like during the comeback fight of the fighter of the year. So like I fucked up in the first 15 minutes. So we got a shitload of people watching. We got a few people over on Instagram now. Thank you for joining in. Dude, the thing is, like, Mike took that knockout, right? And it was a terrifying knockout when it happened. But he got up and we talked to him afterwards.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how clear-minded
with it he was.
And with it, Mike was.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't seem like you would think a knockout like that motherfucker's concussed, but it wasn't. He got hit right on the button. It shut his lights off. The switch was shut off. He went to sleep for a second, and then he got back. When he woke up, dude, I couldn't believe like that. That right there. We spent some time with Mike after that fight, and it's just crazy what caliber athlete these guys are, and the human body is insane.
Yes,
like his body was stiffened out. His lights were off. Everything was happening. And then, 1 hour later, we're in the lobby of the hotel having a beer with him and we're talking about it. And you wouldn't think he was even in a fight.
I know it. It's wild. It was crazy. Another great night, a great event. One of the many great events this year. And congratulations to Lorenzo Hunt.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Congrats.
We might even be able
Lorenzo.
to hand him the award.
Yeah. I hope we see him in Hollywood, and I hope we see some of these other winners in Hollywood too, because we're going to be down there in February, and we're going to have these awards in hand if they will be there. Our next category of the night, we're about halfway through now. I love this category because obviously the fight of the night is always the most exciting part of the night. There was a boatload of them. Mike and I watched 35 different fights that we could have put on for nomination.
So many.
There was so many, and just like we did last year, this year it was so hard to narrow it down to a few. And you know that everyone's always going to have something to say about our nominees, but it is what it is. We watch more fights than most 90% of the people out there. These are the ones that we had for Fight of the Year.
Fight of the Year. Tony Soto versus Tyler Gajon. Eddie Alvarez versus Chad Mendes. Ben Rockwell versus Josh Copeland. Keith Richardson versus Justin Scoggins. Dat Nguyen versus Daniel Strauss. Travis Thompson versus Ryan Reber.
And the fan votes are in. And your winner of Fight of the Year is
Richardson versus Scoggins.
First event of the year gives you the Fight of the Year. Mike,
Yeah.
I
Amazing,
couldn't
right?
I don't disagree with the fan vote on this one. We rewatched all these fights over and over again, and this one is friggin' insane, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and you know what? I lost our rental car keys during that event, and I actually think I know where they are. I think they're inside of Keith Richardson's face.
Let's hear. Do we got a
But
message
underneath his eye? He's still got like this gnarly scar, and you
little
could
bubble.
probably a little pouch. You throw some keys. It's just one key, you know. That's where the key.
He's a marsupial now.
He was the last person you interviewed that night, and then the
Mhm.
key was gone. So that's probably where it is, sewed up in his
There
face.
it is. Let's hear from the guy.
Let's hear from Keith himself.
Keith the Rockstar Richardson here. I just want to say thanks to everybody for their support and voting for me and Justin Scoggins for Fight of the Year. Got to give a big shout out to Justin. You know, that kid's all dog. You know, he left some permanent scars, and I don't think his nose will ever probably be the same. But we both put it all out on the line that day. You know, like that fight will always be one of the best fights of my career. Like, you know, I'll always remember it. Like, it made me a better fighter, and it definitely set the tone for my career in BKFC. You know, as most of you guys know, like, you know, this fight meant a lot to me just because it was about a week and a half, 2 weeks after I lost my father. So, like, you know, it was a great opportunity for me just to lay it all on the line. I'm glad you guys fucking love the fight. Yeah, it means a lot to me, and I'm glad it means something to everybody else. Appreciate it.
Man, the rock star Keith Richardson. What an emotional night for him. Some of the best photography of the entire year also came out of that fight right there. Nick Vespi and Phil Lambert, they do their thing every single time. But if you guys had a chance to see all the photography from this fight alone, the action was insane. It was back and forth. They're trading knockdowns. They're damaging each other like he said, like for the rest of your life damage. Justin Scoggins' nose was in like 3 different directions after that fight. It is absolutely crazy. Keith had that hatchet wound under his eye here.
Yep.
It was razor close. It could have gone either way. Keith takes it home. Then we talked to him afterwards. He was super emotional because he, like he said in the thank you message there, that he had just lost his father. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of emotions can you possibly imagine having going through you, like stepping into a ring 10 days after your father passes away, and then, you know, doing nothing but make him proud. You know what I mean? He did nothing but make his own man proud that night. And it was absolutely incredible. It won Fight of the Night for him that night. It was his debut in the organization, and it was one of 4 fights for the year for him. And he ended the year as a champion. So like, what do you got to say about this one, man?
debuts in January after, like we just said, his father passed away. Toughest fight he had all year long. So he had the toughest fight, went 5 rounds. We got fight of the year out of it. Super emotional. He wins. That's behind him. He fights 3 more times. Well, let's say he fights 2 more times, gets knockouts, gets a title shot, comes in against a veteran. It's a guy who's fought since number 1, BKFC 1, and he puts him away seemingly easily in that fight.
Right.
He really went at Reggie Barnett with all he had, and Reggie in that fight seemed to have nothing for him. And man, what a year for Keith Richardson. I was thinking, like, if this was a not a fan vote, right? I could see him winning 4 different awards if we were looking at him winning maybe 4 awards this year. So, man, unbelievable what he had, the craziest year. I can't even believe the amount of shit that he did by debuting and then having a title at the end of the year.
We asked him, or I asked him that at the press conference after he won his title. You know, where does this year compare? You've been in MMA for forever. You've been in combat sports for a long time. You know, where does this year, you know, stand up to the rest of your career? His best year of his career.
Yeah.
He said it himself that night. He said this is the best year of my fighting career. Dude, this fight that is fight of the year. If you guys haven't seen it, if you're watching and you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Or if you haven't seen it since January, watch it.
Just go watch it. Now that you've seen that he took home the award, watch it, because it really was absolutely incredible in front of an amazing crowd in Myrtle Beach. And we've talked about this in the past on the show, but that night they expected to sell, 2,000 tickets. They didn't really
2,000,
but it sold out 2,000 like instantly.
They just kept selling.
Yeah. So the arena said you guys could put more. You could put 3,000 in there if you want. So they sold 1,000 more tickets, and now 3,000 are in there. And then the day of the event, they put like 200 more tickets out on a radio show in the morning. They said, we got 200 or 300 more tickets available right now. If you guys still want to come to the show, the tickets are available. That place was so goddamn packed.
Yeah.
That the fire marshals had to show up to like clear paths.
Yes.
The energy in the room was incredible. You had Go-Go winning the main event, which was awesome. You had Tony Loco Soto doing his thing. You had Murat Kazgan in there making his debut. You had Roberto Armas doing his thing with a knockout. Yep. It was a great night. James Coltrane.
Right? Yeah. Was James Brown? Yeah. They
James
started
Brown.
The night. Coltrane started the night, and then James Brown. Yeah. What a night, man.
You had the debut of Sidney Smith, right? Was Sidney Smith and Andy Wynn?
Andy
Wynn, the next Carolina one. Andy Wynn was on there, and she got the win that night. But the best fight of the night, hands down, the one that took the show was Justin Scoggins and Keith Richardson. Congratulations to Justin Scoggins as well. We've been talking about Keith, but Justin,
yes,
we hope you come back and do this again, because you looked like you had a great time in there. As bloody as it was and as rough as it was, I feel like you would fit right in that featherweight division. Come on back. Let's see you in there. Let's get him in there in 2024.
Yeah, we weren't able to get in touch with Scoggins before now. But we do have an award for him, so he is also going to get an award, because it takes 2 to tango, right?
It
That's
does.
What we say.
It takes 2 to tango, and I will tell you this, that he has a new Instagram, Mike, and I got it today. I got in touch with his dad, and
nice.
And we will be in touch with him soon. So
sweet.
Congratulations to Keith Richardson and Justin Scoggins on your Fight of the Year award. Our next category is the ones that burst on the scene their first year with the BKFC Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. Keith Richardson. James Brown. Bart Croll. Gabrielle Roman. Brandon Bushaw. Bryce Henry.
The fans have spoken. The winner is Bartlomay Croll. Bart Croll. This one blew our minds too, and this is why fan votes got you on your toes, people. Bart had a great year. Bart Croll went 3-0 with 3 knockouts in BKFC Europe or BKFC UK, whatever they're calling it these days. But Bart Croll did his damn thing. He started the year in April. He fought 3 times in 8 months, 3 knockouts, and his last fight was against Anthony Holmes, an absolute monster. The fans let you know, man, this guy deserves it. He is a powerhouse at 185, and that division needs people like him. So in his rookie year, his campaign goes 3-0, 3 knockouts. Mike, what do you think about this guy?
Let's hear from him.
Hi guys, it's the Bartlomay Croll, the last Polish king. Thank you to the Mission Accomplished for a nomination. I'm appreciated. Thank you to all my fans. I wouldn't be here without your votes. A special thank you to my family for their support. My head coach, Jason Curtis, and all of the Kokoro gym in Accrington. Guys, it was a year full of grind, but I guess it's paid off. Yes. Thank you again for this title. Now, let's celebrate.
There it is,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
That Polish power, man. That
Hell
Polish power. I love it. You know what? This is why I like to let the fans make the decisions here. I mean, obviously there was other guys in this category that could have pulled it home, but other than Keith Richardson,
yeah,
he's the guy. Like out of all the nominees, you had James Brown. I mean, you had James Brown. You had Gabby Roman. Bryce Henry was 3-0.
Henry had a great year.
Yep. So you know what? There was really worthy nominees this year, and he earned it, man. He earned it.
He did.
And that his last fight against Anthony Holmes, man, I wouldn't want to run into Anthony Holmes in a freaking alleyway nowhere. So
hell no.
He went out there, he did his thing. Polish power. I'm a Polak myself. I'm a Polish Russian guy, so I could appreciate that. Congratulations to Bart Croll, man. You know, if you guys in the comment section wanted somebody else to win, you should have told your friends to go out and vote.
That's right. It's all about voting. Vote, vote, vote. And so next year, we'll share it again and remind you all that if you think somebody is worthy to get the award, you will vote for that person, and they will win if they get the most vote. If they have the most votes.
Listen, you never know.
You never ever know.
Never know. It's unbelievable. Congratulations to Bart Croll. I can't wait to see what's next for that kid, man. 3-0 this year. Yeah. 3 knockouts are very powerful. The 185-pound division, we talked about it on our last show. That 185-pound title is probably vacant. I don't think there's any kind of official announcement on that or release on that. But we all know what Lorenzo's intentions are.
Yes.
They're up, not down.
Way up. He's going way up.
Yeah, I don't think going below 205 is anywhere in his future. So I would imagine that 185-pound title will be available very soon. I believe the Jomi and Doolittle fight has very, very big title implications next event. You got Jared Warren out there. You got Josh Dyer out there. And you also have our rookie of the year, Bart Croll, out there as well. Let's go to our breakout fighter of the year, Mike.
Breakout fighter of the year. Truckin' Carson. Roberto Armas. Esteban Rodriguez. Tony Soto. Doug Coltrane. Brian Duran.
Breakout fighter of the year, the one and only Boom.
Tony Soto,
Tony
the loco one.
Loco Soto with the breakout fighter of the year. He could have very well been in that fighter of the year category, but this was his year to break out into the eyes of the masses.
Stratosphere.
The
He
the
became very popular.
stratosphere. This is our first ever second award winner, right? Nobody else on this year has won one last year.
I don't believe so.
That's it.
Believe so.
Let's hear from the man.
Let's do it.
What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Loco. Just wanted to thank everyone for voting for me for Breakout Fighter of the Year. At the end of the day, you already know what time it is. 2024. Time to get that belt. Have a good one.
There he is.
Yeah.
Tony Loco Soto. Did part of that video get cut off?
No. He was done.
Oh, all right. Tony Loco Soto, our great friend, good friend of the show, 6-0, #1 ranked fighter in the 155-pound division. He went 3-0 on the year. He had a Fight of the Year nominee. He could have very well been in that Fighter of the Year nominations, but this is the year that everyone found out who the hell Tony Soto is, and it wasn't because he said he was going to fuck a dog. He said he said that last year. People kind of knew who he was because he said that stuff, but this year he went out there and he did it with his hands, and he went out there on that Myrtle Beach card that we just got done talking about, and he got his first win of the year there. But then he goes out and has an absolute banger with Tyler Goodjohn, one of the toughest guys on the planet. Very bloody, very, very tough fight, 5 rounds of war. And then he goes out and just absolutely mauls Kevin Croom. Just an absolute mauling.
98.9% landing rate.
The highest strike rate in BKFC history in that fight. This dude, every single thing he threw at Kevin Croom that night landed, and damn near every single thing he threw that night landed.
Yep.
There was very few misses by Mr. Loco Soto. And what a year he had, dude. He also catapulted to #1. Like I said, he's got himself a gym now.
Yes, he does.
He retired from the Department of Corrections gig and now is running a boxing school, Loco Soto Boxing. So absolutely amazing year for Tony. We love that guy. What do you got to say about him, Mike?
Well, the thing is, you thought the video cut off. However, no, he just kept it short and sweet because I don't think he has anything left to say because like you already said, he said everything with his fist this year. He is the #1 ranked fighter in his division. He is absolutely the next person who should get the title shot. He should be in this title fight right now. We all know that. Everybody knows that. He should be in the title fight that's coming up very soon on February 2nd, but he is not. So I think that he is more.
Well, February 2nd, Mike, is for the 165-pound title.
Oh, the
so
165. Sorry, yes.
What you're saying there holds that brings up a great point, and yes. I want to ask you about this. Do you think?
But instead of it being for 165, it should have been for the 155, and it should have been against Tony
Soto.
That's
but what I'm going to ask you, what I'm going to ask you here, I'm going to ask the mayor, Mikey Hunold. Luis Palomino's going up to 165, and he's fighting for the vacant 165-pound title that he never lost. That was stripped by the company, and now he's fighting for it again against Austin Trout.
Yes.
Do you think he returns to the 155-pound division and defends his title? Or do you think that title will soon be up for grabs and they're going to figure out what the hell they're going to do with that 155-pound division? And if it isn't Luis, who would you, if Luis is no longer in the picture at 155, who does our breakout fighter of the year, Tony Loco Soto, fight for the 155-pound title? If that was the case.
Oh, geez. Well, as far as Palomino goes, I don't think that he's going to relinquish that title. And I do believe, unless he says otherwise, that he will go back to 155 and defend it as long as he has the opportunity to do it. He will. I think he will do it. He's given me no reason to think that he won't ever defend the title unless he says, I'm not going back down to that weight. I think he will do it. But like he said, he wants to do money fights. He put in minimal effort. We're going to talk to him about that. A lot of people were not happy about the Lily fight and how he said that at the end. But his mindset is right now, I'm probably reaching the end of his career. I don't know how much longer he wants to fight and bare knuckle. You know what I mean? Wants money, wants to retire with as much money as possible. I don't blame him for that. However, there are other people in the game that need to get their due also. So hopefully he goes back down and fights. But if he does not, okay, we already saw James Lilly sits at number 2, right? And we did see him fight Palomino. Bobby Taylor's right behind him and Bryce Henry. So I think the Lily Soto fight would be great. I think that might be the popular fight for them to, go for the title because Lily was the last person to fight Palomino. However, I would like to see Bryce Henry come up and
Baba Yaga.
I would love to see him come up because I think his skill, he has proved he is very good. People have not really even come close to beating him. He is great. Maybe he gets one from now till that fight happens and then fights, but I would love to see that fight.
That's the one. That is the one for me too. Baba Yaga, the fucking boogeyman himself. What does Baba Yaga mean? It means the killer of the boogeyman.
The boogeyman, yeah, I know.
It's
he corrected us on
it,
but
But dude, John Wick is Baba Yaga, by the way. Bryce Henry, Tony Soto is the fight if Luis doesn't go back to 155. But that 155-pound division does have some new blood in it as well. You have Jeremy Stevens out there too. And I'm not saying 1-0 Jeremy Stevens is in the conversation, but if Jeremy Stevens gets 1 or 2 more fights, a 3-0 Jeremy, even a 2-0 Jeremy Stevens,
he's right up there.
Is up there because of his pedigree. His resume is phenomenal. He is a knockout artist, and bare knuckle is kind of made for him. He is cut from the same cloth as a Eddie Alvarez and a Mike Perry, and even some of these homegrown boys like Tony Soto and Baba Yaga himself. He's cut from that cloth. So Jeremy Stevens could be in there in the future, but it's either Luis and Tony next or Tony and Bryce. I love it. I love it. Congratulations to our boy Tony Loco Soto for being the breakout fighter of the year. We have 2 more categories tonight, and then we're going to wrap this up. Let's go to our female fighter of the year, Mike.
Female fighter of the year. Christine Faria. Gabrielle Roman. Britton Hart.
Only 3 for the category this year, and our winner is Christine
Misfit Faria.
There she is. I can't disagree with this one.
Cannot argue. I don't think anybody in the world can argue at all. She did have, maybe there's a couple. However, they would still give their due to Christine Faria for sure.
Absolutely. Incredible year for her. She had 2 fights, both against Beck Rollins, both amazing performances. Let's hear from the champ.
Let's hear from the champ.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm your 2023 Female Fighter of the Year. I just got to thank all of my supporters, all my fans, even my haters. You make me famous too, baby. But everybody that stands by me throughout the year, voting for me, taking that time out of their day to be able to do that, to help me achieve my dreams, it means the world to me and to my family. Again, I just want to thank everybody for putting me in this position and recognizing me as being the Fighter of the Year. I also want to give a shout out to my sponsors, Raja, Savage Ship, KP Painting, Barber Orthopedic, Smile Makeover, and Bucked Up.
Bucked Up.
Bucked Up. And the award for acceptance speech from the trippiest background of the year goes to Misfit. Dude,
High on life.
high on life. I think she was at the Rasha, right? That's where she was at.
I think that's where I'm guessing that's where she is, because
She was
I've
at the
seen some
Rasha.
weird like pictures of the rooms they go in, and I don't even know. I couldn't even. She could probably explain it better to us about exactly what that place is. It's yeah, like I don't know if they like do like
Listen,
electromagnetic waves and stuff like that. I don't know.
she's our female fighter of the year. Fan voted, and I think we would agree with the fan vote on this one as well. But the other two nominees also had great years. Britain was pretty much flawless in her 2 fights. She was 2-0, and I don't believe nothing against Jenny or Melanie Shaw. Neither one of those two really did anything to Britain this year. Britain was pretty much flawless through 2 fights, and then Gabby Roman came on the scene, took a fight at 145 pounds against a girl that was way bigger than her on a couple days' notice, fought great to a draw, and then she went out there and she fought a girl that nobody else wanted to fight at 125 pounds, Martina Kroll, and got that TKO victory. But Christine did it on the biggest stage at the 2 biggest events of the year, BKFC 41, BKFC 56. It was against Beck Rollins both times. The first one was just getting good. It was it was getting so good.
It was really heating up.
It was heating up. It got stopped by a cut. Unfortunately, it happens in this sport. Lucky for us as fans, lucky for us as like just absolute connoisseurs of this sport, they gave us the rematch. And Christine probably could have gone a different route. She probably could have. She probably could have fought somebody else, but she could have fought Jad or someone like that. But she said to Beck that night. But she said to Beck that night at BKFC 41 that we got to run this one back because, you know, it's not finished. And then Beck and her did it again at BKFC 56. It was 5 rounds of war. Christine looked pretty dominant in that fight. And she goes home with the hardware this year.
Yeah. An amazing year, an amazing career. Just absolutely unbelievable bare knuckle fighter. She is, you know, they don't have a ton of women fighters in BKFC or even throughout bare knuckle. There is some, but there isn't a lot. She is pound for pound #1. She has been, and she will continue to be, I believe, for a while. She's already fought the only other person that would even be right there considered to be a pound for pound on the women's, and that would be Britain Hart, who is also on here. And she has fought her and won twice. So like those two, there's a lot of fighting to be done to catch up to those two for sure. So Christine Faria comes away with an amazing year. She fought twice. She beat the first Police Gazette champion, right? Like when they started this sport and they had just that title, they didn't have BKFC. She was the women's champ. She was the one. Beck Rawlings was. So she went and said, no, I'm the one, and I've always been the one. Here I am, and you will not beat me. And she did that, and like you said, on the 2 biggest stages of the year. No doubt about it. Those are the fucking most insane cards to be fighting on, for sure.
And she did it that night at BKFC 56 in the ring on the microphone with Cyrus. And she's done it in multiple interviews with us. She's also called out Amanda Serrano, but she called out Chris Cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And,
yes.
and for a woman on this planet to have the balls to I don't know what you say, the fucking ovaries to call someone out like that. That right there just shows you how much of a badass she is.
Yeah.
She's shooting for the top dog, like the most violent woman on the planet, Chris Cyborg. Who knows what they do? I cannot wait to see what they do for her, because Feldman did tell us that he's working on some big things for Christine. A third fight with Britain, like you said, doesn't make any sense. Plus, Britain's dominating. She's doing her thing down at 115.
Yep.
I love the fact that they have 2 prominent women on top of 2 different divisions now. I would love to see them build a 135 division and do the same thing there. I don't know if they can do it so soon, but you know, they got a pretty good roster at 115 now, 125, and they have a girl in each division that is the one. So that doesn't make sense. Nothing against Jad or anyone else, but I don't think any of them are ready for Christine. So maybe a Cyborg, maybe
Cyborg is
some, hey, dude, maybe some Saudi money comes in and they pull off some deal with Jake Paul's promotion and Amanda Serrano can fight her or something. Like, I don't know. Who knows? Because there's really slim pickings right now for what to do with her. You know, Katarina Liner came in there and said that she would fight her. So
yeah,
she would have to go up to 135 to fight her. Maybe they bring in a 135-pound title and Christine goes to be a two-division champ. Maybe that's something they do. But the future is bright with this sport, and she is the most dominant female they have. So hopefully they pull us some amazing stuff in 2024 with our Fighter of the Year, Christine Misfit Faria. That leaves us with one more category for the night in the 2023 Mission Accomplished Bare Knuckle Awards, and it is our Male Fighter of the Year. Let's go.
Male Fighter of the Year. Dave Mundell. Kai Stewart. Lorenzo Hunt. Mike Perry. Keith Richardson. John Dodson.
Our winner, fan vote. Here it is. Boom. The Male Fighter of the Year is the Magician, John Dodson. This one shocked us too, but he deserves it as well as anybody else out here. And the fans have voted. Let's hear from the Magician himself, John Dodson.
What up, you guys? Hey, I want to thank everybody who sat there and voted for me to become the Male Fighter of the Year. It's a tremendous honor for me to go ahead and keep up this continuous violence for you guys, and I'm going to keep on knocking people out throughout the whole rest of this bare knuckle career. Hopefully, if you guys did not vote for me, I'll go ahead and make sure I can make fans of you guys this upcoming year by continuous success of violence that I display for each and every one of you guys. So, guys, thank you guys again for voting for me, nominating me as being the most violent male athlete of the year. I'm kidding. That one should be the next one. Lastly, to all the fans that are out there that sit there still supporting me, standing behind me, I want to thank you guys. And even if you guys aren't supporting me and aren't a huge fan of me, hopefully in the next coming years, I will have you guys on my back and continue watching me destroy everybody and becoming a future world champion in multiple divisions. So thank you guys again, and I appreciate being you guys' male fighter of the year for the BKFC. All right, later, guys. Peace.
There he is.
Crazy one.
There he. Hey, you know what? Anything can happen in these votes, man. I'm telling you. And John did dominate. He fought twice this year. He fought a former champion in Jared Grant, and he really disposed of him real quick. And then he went out there and he got himself a title fight against J.R. Ridge and did the same damn thing. Here's the thing. He's a dominant force. And people came out and they voted him the Fighter of the Year, and I can't disagree. There were some other ones. I know everyone in the comments is blown away by.
Oh
this
yeah,
thing.
I finally get to look at the comments tonight. It's the first time I've looked.
Dude, it's blown away.
So many comments. I finally went in there.
Think about this one, right? You got John Dodson, who was 2-0 this year against a former champion in Jared Grant, and then wins the world title against J.R. Ridge, and he didn't really take any damage in either one of those. He came out unscathed. And it's hard to keep up with him in the ring. It's hard to keep up with his career, and it's hard to keep up with his acceptance speech because the guy he talks as fast as he fights, and he talks as fast as he moves in the ring. The dude's unbelievable. But you had Juggernaut that went 2-0 this year, who beat Mike Richmond, and he also beat Chris Camozzi. He could have very well been the Fighter of the Year. You had Redneck Mundell, who went 2-0, beat Mike Richmond, and he beat Doug Coltrane this year. 2 knockouts. You had Rockstar Richardson 4-0 this year. We just talked about him. fight of the night,
year. Yeah.
2 knockouts,
Well,
world
our fight of the
title.
year.
Yeah, a fight of the year. Goes 4-0 and beats a guy that is sitting on the Mount Rushmore of BKFC right now, and Reggie Barnett Jr. Amazing year for him. Kai Stewart 2-0 wins the inaugural 145-pound championship against Louis Lopez, and then he goes and defends it against a rival of his.
Pretty big favorite too, as a as a champion and underdog.
Yes, against Howard HD Davis. And then you got Mike Perry, who was also 2-0. So every one of our nominees, and Perry he beat Luke Rockhold.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Former
UFC champion.
Made him fucking say no more. No more.
No mas. And then he beats Eddie Alvarez, one of the most violent fighters of all time. He beats Eddie Alvarez, breaks his orbital. Eddie couldn't continue because of the broken orbital. He takes home the title of most violent, King of Violence.
Yep.
King of Violence. So you got
Lorenzo, just unbelievable. Dude.
You got Lorenzo, you got Kai, you got John, you got Redneck, and you got Platinum. All 2 fights this year, all 2 incredible fights, all nominees. And then you had the one Keith Rockstar Richardson, who did fight 4 times this year. But the fans came out and they nominated and they voted for John Dodson, who did dominate. And I cannot wait to see what they do with him next.
Yeah,
that's a question, because you know what? They got a tough job, those matchmakers over there at BKFC, because what do you do with John Dodson now? What do you do?
The 125 is it's pretty thin.
Just getting started.
They got to be building up over there. So Dodson, he'll have somebody to fight. But 135, he might be making an appearance there. He just said that he's going to probably come up. He's going to want to. So whoever's there at 135, Reavers, who are we looking at here? Who's in the top 5?
Rockstar.
Yeah.
Right. There's
a couple of guys waiting to get that title shot that might.
I know. But if you wanted to put John Dodson versus Keith Richardson on Knuckle Mania in April in California, if that is the location and the time for the next Knuckle Mania, which we heard rumblings that it could be April in Cali somewhere, right? And I think Feldman told us that on the show.
Yeah.
Like Matt Sable says in the forget about it, dude. Forget about it. You fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? A rock star versus the magician. Shout out, let's go, boy. That would be an incredible champion versus champion fight for Knuckle Mania. I wouldn't be mad about it. I don't know who else he would fight. I mean,
unless somebody fights Richardson and beats him at some point before then, there's no one, that's it. It's going to be him and Richardson, or him and, Reavers fighting this upcoming event. So if he goes in there and wins, he's right there for the title shot. So
who knows, man? It was an incredible year. 2023 was phenomenal. I can't imagine what they got in store for us coming up in 2024. Congratulations to all of our winners.
Yes.
Keith, Lorenzo, Kyle Wright, Misfit, Scott, all of them.
The list is right here.
You got them all. Congratulations to all you guys.
Yes.
You guys did your thing. Absolutely incredible year. So anybody that's in the comment section that has a problem with our winners, vote next year.
Yeah, you know what to do. You got to vote. Invite people to vote. The fighters invite people to vote, because I'm going to tell you, there are some places where you see I go on and count, and I'm at 115 votes on Instagram for one fighter, and then I go to Facebook and they have 0, and I'm like, wait, what the hell? I thought this person was about to win, and they didn't even get a single vote on Facebook. I was like, holy shit, that's insane, because that's what happens. They say vote over here. They don't say vote over here. Some people say vote both places. You just never know. You just never, ever know.
And I will say that this year's vote totals were 5 times as many as last year.
Oh, they were way more in some
There
categories.
was
Unbelievable amounts.
tons and tons. There were like one of the categories. There was probably
Female.
there's probably 700 votes that we had to count through to divvy them up to figure it out. And I don't think that. And the thing is, like, the Misfit
Female Breakout, those were a lot. There was a lot there. Ring card of the girl was a ton, but most of them for Caitlin.
Yeah, but the which one was the closest, Mike? Do you know which one was?
Yeah, I do know which
tightest,
one was
the tightest race of the year.
Yeah, it was fight of the year, and the runner-up was Soto versus Goodjohn, and Soto actually voted for Scoggins versus Richardson, and it won by 1 vote. So
no way.
But Richardson also voted for Soto versus Goodjohn. So sorry to put your ballot out there, boys, but I just did it. They voted for each other.
Man. They voted for each other.
Basically, it kind of like canceled each other out, but at the same time, they did lose by just a vote. Yeah.
Oh man, I love that. I love that. Hey, and I want to throw this out to the audience here. And right now we're just building, right? We're building. We're in our 3rd year here, and we're doing our 2nd award show. If there's some categories that you guys like that you would like to see us possibly add to the mix next year. Last year we had a viral moment of the year. We didn't find enough viral moments this year to make a full category. I feel like it would have been Melanie Shaw's tooth flying and Connor getting in the ring and facing off with Mike Perry. Those are the only 2 that I really could find.
I couldn't remember a lot either, but there's probably others. I just don't really know, like big.
Let us know, man, because I know like someone had asked for Cutman of the Year. Now there are 3 or 4 very, very worthy Cutmen. I see bloodiest fight
upset of the year. That's good. How about naked guy walking in the hotel?
That's a good one. Naked guy walking in the hotel goes to the
viral,
the one and only. That was a viral moment, but we didn't make it viral.
That was a secret moment.
Maybe runner-up podcast of the year, Mike.
Student out of the year. That's what I'm talking about. We're doing that.
Yeah, student out of the year. All right, so yeah, man. Like I said, let's do this. I mean, we could do venue of the year. That's another like crowd of the year. I like those are fun too. I know that the MMA awards. I know like they do like best crowd of the year.
That's good. Best walkout. Listen. It would be Lorenzo Hunt, and Lorenzo Hunt.
Yeah,
and then maybe Luis Palomino.
Oh yeah. Maybe Luis. But it would be 3 different Lorenzos.
Yeah, his walkouts are just not even. No one's coming close so far. They are still good.
Unbelievable. Round of the year. Round of the year is a good one by Andy Hall in the comments right there. Round of the year. One pops right into my head immediately, and Esteban Rodriguez. Only because it was the last event, but
yeah.
Keegan Vandermeer. Oh my God,
I was thinking about photo of the year.
Photo of the year. Oh yeah, man. There's a lot we can do, and we can keep making this better. And I want to give a huge shout out to that guy on that side of the screen over there, because he puts all the videos together. I do the graphics, but he does the videos, and those videos, I wouldn't know where to even start. So co-host of the year goes to Mike Hunold.
Oh, thank you so much. If I just say it back to you, then it seems like I only gave it to you because you gave it to me. So I'll just not do that then. I don't want to look like that guy.
Oh, best shit talker of the year. There's a lot of good ones. Andy Hall says podcast of the year.
We'll do a runner-up podcast of the year. We'll do that.
Second best podcast of the year.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll send out an award. Here's the funny thing about these videos is then when I make some of these videos, I put them together and I'm like, oh man, I don't know. But like, there's probably like 15, 16, maybe even 20 little sound bites. Like I lay out the freaking films projector. I'm looking through 70 different film projector sounds. Some of them are 2 minutes long. Some are super 35. I'm like, I don't know, that's too soft. Oh, that's too loud. I'm like, I want one that goes, I'll listen to them all and I pick one. Then there's one where it's flapping at the end, or one where the screen, the button being pressed. Oh, button. Nope, that's not a good button press sound. That's me for hours, just sitting here, listening to 785 button press sounds for a projector. Yeah.
You are a special person, Mike. And I love this show, and I can't wait to keep on moving with you through 2024. We have some shows coming up this week. We're going to wrap up this show now, but tune in Wednesday night when we're back to our regularly scheduled time at 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday when we have Taylor Starling and Ishmael Israelov. I'm going to get that right before Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then Thursday, hey, following up Thursday, we got Jenny Savage, Carla Alvarez, and Danasabi Mohammed. So we're going to have a big week for you guys. Thank you, everybody that voted for all of our winners this year. And congratulations to all of our winners. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, Mike. What do you say?
I say peace.
Peace.